Coming at you from Submarine Studios, it's the latest episode of Rage Across the Internet, your Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Porter. To my left, as always, producer Joey.
Hey, guys.
We got Tommy Dixon in the studio. How we doing, Tommy?
How's it going?
And coming remote, traveling right from the Weaver's Webs, we've got Danny Tyson. Daniel, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I'm swimming through webs, I think.
Well,
crawling. I mean, I guess it's kind of fitting considering what we're talking about today, so.
Well, make sure you keep your mouth open so all the spiders can get in.
Well, I was trying to let them all out.
and his eyes.
That'll happen anyway. Trust me.
Oh, boy. Hey, everybody.
So how are we all doing today? This lovely late November evening.
Yeah, it's a fantastic, warm.
Warm for the year, for sure.
Yeah. It's amazing. I like it.
I don't know who let the Wyld in charge of the weather patterns, but it's fine.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm kind of bummed out, and I'll give you a quick story because I owe this guy some money. Long story short, we made a bet. Guy found a bucket. He said he couldn't hold his breath for like a minute. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll bet you on that one. The guy broke his own record, and he won't let him give me his money because he's still there. It's like 3 hours later. Man, just stop showing off already.
What?
You heard it here first.
Danny, I'm...
Do you smell toast? He didn't answer, so...
No? Is it? I don't know if it's toast.
It could be toast.
It could be toast. Now, in other news,
Toast.
Tom, it's good to have you in the studio. Looks like you have recovered from your little deathbed incident.
Yeah. You know, man colds, they put you down.
Sometimes they do, you know. For those of you who are unaware, Tom showed up for our Patreon recordings last week.
Barely.
Yeah, but barely.
Crawling.
We had him go to remote from his sick bed.
They drug me through the weaver webs.
Yeah, I think he got 6 words in the whole time. It's all I could muster. But we appreciate you coming through for it.
Tried.
Yeah, you put on a good show, you know.
He was
Huddled in
there.
the corner
That's
with
all
your
that counted.
NyQuil.
Well, you should. I wish the video was recording. I literally had a blanket completely over me. I was literally huddled, just staring at my computer screen.
Yeah, so those Patreons who are getting our postmortems, with the first one landed in October, November. It was November, December. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was
First
gonna
postmortem's November. I'm sorry.
Traveling back in time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're a little ahead of the game and try to get ourselves a vacation for the holidays. So
say it'll be.
Well, some of us at least.
that's true. We're making Danny guard the studio while we're out. So
You know, vandals, looters.
well, we're all going to Tahiti. We're gonna have a blast. You know, but
Taking my van.
Danny drew the short straw. So if you're nearby and you see a young man and on a leash,
Just
in a
ignore
yard,
him.
Dinosaur
Just ignore
costume.
him.
perhaps in a dinosaur costume, feel free to throw snowballs, cans, or rocks. He'll appreciate the meal. I'm not going to leave him any food.
Thanks for the heads up.
We're going to let you have the costume.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I gotta pay for it anyway.
Give him and let you have it.
Great, thanks.
So what are we covering today?
Oh boy. Well, today we are on part 2 of our Triat series.
Okay.
So we are going to be talking about the Weaver, because that happens next.
I guess.
Because that's how we made it work.
It's one Weaver Wyld. It's Weaver. It's next.
Woohoo!
That's how it goes.
I mean, you can say them any 3 ways you want.
I don't know that you can.
I mean, you could do whatever you want, but you're not supposed to.
Well, we're not your real dad, so.
I was
Well.
gonna say, you're not the boss of me.
Say it different. Say it weird. Say it weird. Come on.
Wild Wyrm Weaver.
See, that's weird. It doesn't flow right.
There's too many W's going on, okay?
Doesn't flow at all.
www.rageacrosstheinternet.com. That is a great place to
Oh,
go.
that's where it came from, huh?
That might be the genesis of. That's where they got it.
The www.
That is where the devs got it. They're like, we want to create this werewolf game, and what's creation going to be? And so they looked, 30 years into the future to our podcast and said, WW, that's it. That's how that happened, everybody. That's canon.
Wyrm, Weaver, Wyld. Got it.
Perfect.
And but while you're there, hey, you can sign up to our forums. You could sign up
On the internet.
on the internet, which is a Weaver thing, so we're on theme.
We are.
Take that, dicks. This is relevant this time. You can, in our forums, we've got some resources there. We got the game finder. We've got the link to our Discord, which is also on the internet, where
Yes.
you can hang out with us and with other members of our extended family, I suppose. You can go to our store for now. Mm-hmm. I guess that's breaking news.
Yeah, that
I'm
is
breaking that now.
Yeah, break that news.
Might as well let it go.
Yeah, might as well. We are going to be closing our store probably the end of the year, end of January at the latest. We're not thrilled with the vendors right now.
Yeah.
And so what's going to happen is we're going to shut down the store and try to find some vendors that will be easier to work with.
Definitely.
Have the stock that we want to be in. It's just a whole thing. It's been a bit of a pain in the ass, and let's make it easier.
Yes.
So we will be shutting it down for a while we look at something new. We might do a pre-order system later.
Whatever.
Well, we're looking into it.
We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, but so if there's something you want, clock's ticking.
Yeah, get it now.
We can't promise we'll have the same stuff available. So if you've been eyeing something, maybe pull the trigger.
Okay.
Yes.
On to happy things. The Weaver.
Moving on to giant spiders.
Happy things.
Happy 8-legged things.
And on the bright side, giant spiders that may crawl in your nose and mouth while you're asleep.
Or
Protein.
out of your eye.
Or out of your eye.
People swallow spiders in their sleep. That's a statistic.
It's just a good source of protein.
That's right. And then they can lay eggs in your throat.
More protein.
Danny?
Dude, you did not win Jazz Fest. I don't want to hear it.
As a reference, I'll bet you that's a call forward to something you're going to say later.
It really is.
Yeah, we play 4D chess, you motherfuckers.
But just
boy.
understand that Porter did not win Jazz Fest.
I didn't win Jazz Fest. No. All right. So
we're bobbing and weaving here.
We are Bobbin and Weavin.
Is that the name?
Bobbing and weaving. That's
That's
gonna
what
be
you
the name
named
now.
it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is the name.
All right. Yeah, Bobbin and Weavin, episode.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the number either.
That's what happens when we record in advance.
It's episode that one.
I don't know when this is going to air. I don't know.
It's all weird. But anyway.
Yeah. Yes.
I was reading the book again, and I was picking out different things this time. And one of the sentences I liked was that the Weaver cannot destroy or create anything. She just organizes.
Which goes in line, obviously with her function. Mm-hmm. But as we were talking Wyrm last time, how I brought up that the Wyrm it can only corrupt.
Right.
So it's the same way with the Weaver. They're still bound to their nature, regardless of them going completely apeshit.
Yeah, and it's like, she can take the empty egg carton and the rinsed out green bean can, and she can make something awesome, Pinterest worthy. But she can't just, she can't just create something out of nothing. She can organize it and change it around.
Well, sure. There's a way there where she's nothing without the Wyld.
Yeah.
Because if the Wyld didn't make formless, raw creation
Stuff.
Energy.
Sure.
That's exactly how they put it in the beginning.
It's probably the easiest way to put it.
It is the easiest way to put it, and her job, essentially, in the begining of the universe, is converting energy to matter and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lamp, Slurpee, Daniel Tyson. It's all Weaver stuff.
As a quick aside,
Those are my three favorite things, weirdly enough.
As a
Weird.
quick aside, we were talking about 7-Eleven the other day, and then all of a sudden I see that 7-Eleven is now delivering. We can get Slurpees brought to us at the studio.
That needs to happen.
Yeah, I think
Doesn't
that's
it?
weird enough that I wanted to.
Will they actually make my garbage one where it's all of them mixed into one?
Probably.
Awesome.
I haven't checked it out, but yeah.
So you're the suicide slush guy, huh?
Yeah, is that what you call it? I just call it a
Suicide
garbage
flush,
slushy.
Dairy Queen. It was the Blizzard. The suicide is everything.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Okay.
that guy.
Okay. I'm a
It's like
fan
an
of the
onion, it has
banana.
layers.
I'm a fan of the banana Slurpee.
Banana Verners. Or ginger ale, whichever. It's a crazy combination. Doesn't make any sense at all, but holy shit.
I'll have to try
I will
that.
try that. So yeah.
It was an accident one day. It
Next
blew my
recording,
mind.
Next recording.
Next recording, banana ginger ale Slurpees.
Look at that, guys. You're getting snack tips here on Reach Across the Internet. We are branching out for the new year.
We eat like we are gamer kids still.
I'm not afraid. I'm not. Were you
Still,
there for Discord?
we still are.
And also, those of you who have not been paying attention to Discord, there was I don't know if it was last week or I think it was last week when I kept bitching about like all the stupid crap I'm making for breakfast.
I mean, I always poked in and saw that.
Yeah.
So.
But there is a Werewolf the Apocalypse cookbook.
I know there absolutely is, but you know what was on it? It was not like a fucking Coney dog eating 2 pieces of pizza at 4 in the morning for breakfast. What kind of asshole does that?
A gamer kid.
And then I'm sitting there going, man, I don't feel great. What the hell?
I wonder why.
Gee.
Yeah, I know one.
I bet I know what you had for lunch, Pepto.
It's like getting your snack tips and your Weaver. Man, this really is the best podcast. We do it all, man.
But yeah, you just brought up Slurpees and that.
Oh, no, for sure.
So,
Well,
None of those things would have names without Weaver.
right?
It wouldn't be anything without
It
Weaver.
wouldn't be anything because, I mean, there is a school of philosophy that items, things, even, feelings and concepts aren't anything until you name them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's her job.
Yeah, the power of naming is something that Weaver is taking full advantage of, And while we're on it, Weaver taking advantage, let's look at humanity. I mean, is it any wonder, Weaver just swooped in and kind of called dibs on people?
Yeah, they're her children.
But, no wonder, man. Like, you listen to that sales pitch. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Come here, guys.
Yeah.
Come here. You know how you're cold all the time and, stuff eats you and you can't do anything about it?
And you're hungry
Right?
and...
Let me teach you how to, build weapons and shotguns and fire in, houses. For nothing. You can just do it. You wanna? No wonder, right?
Right?
That sounds like a fair deal to me.
I mean, she taught them how to build clothes and how to be, agricultural and not gatherers because they weren't even hunters. They were just
Not yet.
prey.
That's right. They were
Well, that's
just
the thing, too.
prey.
But from what I was reading, for what I got out of that was, she's giving the humans the tools to survive, and it was all exchange to help her bring order.
Yes.
Right. She's
doing her job.
It wasn't for nothing. It was, you do this for me. I've given you this and these tools. Now you help me bring order.
Yeah, but they're doing that anyway.
Right? They're like, hey, look at this thing. It's now a samoflange. Yes, that is what we shall call it.
Today's Tuesday. Run with that. They're making order.
Yeah.
They're
naming things and defining things, and that is order.
Yeah, the calendar. Time is a Weaver construct.
Exactly.
It's true.
Saying good morning to people. That is wishing them a happy Weaver.
I'm gonna do that from now on.
Happy Weaver.
Yeah, before we went on air, we discussed that from now on we have to answer the phone with good. So the
In that tone,
telemarketers-
too, though. It has to be that tone.
Yeah,
Just good.
Okay.
and then
guys.
see now, Happy Weaver, and when the phone rings, good.
I was talking about answering the phone, bueno. And they were like, wait a minute, that means good. You answer the phone good? I'm like...
No, you answer the phone well.
I'm like, you answer the phone bueno.
Sadly, there's still so many who don't know that, who don't understand that concept.
Good.
Hello.
Happy Weaver to you, too.
Happy Weaver. That's it. That's how I'm answering
I already see that's happening now,
Yep.
and even when we go into podcasts, or not even Discord, it's going to be Happy Weaver every time we pop into
It
Discord
really
now.
is. What's great too, though, is because you said bueno, we can tag us under bilingual,
No.
Oh.
No, we cannot.
Branching out.
where we get some pissed off new listeners.
They're not going to know what we're saying. They're just going to hear good, and then what?
That's all they hear.
That's how they can describe the podcast. Then
Good. Bueno.
Perfect.
what a collection of assholes.
Why did this? I don't understand why people listen to us.
The mission statement right there.
Write in and tell us.
It's right here. This shit's funny.
I was gonna say I find it entertaining.
Why are we here again?
Oh, we're talking about the Weaver.
Oh, right. We're talking about the Weaver.
You know, I mean, deliverable Slurpees ordered off your phone.
She's still on the 7-Eleven.
Then we're back to 7-Eleven. Okay.
Man,
Well, I mean, it was funny because
So did you see the McRibs coming back?
I'm trying.
Sorry, go on, Tom.
So it was funny when Porter stepped in the studio today. I told him, I was like, after reading this book, I look around and it goes, insanity. And like how much the Weaver is just around us.
Yeah, it's everything.
Central heating.
Yeah.
You can't survive without that, especially if you're in a negative 10-degree climate. Mm-hmm. Good luck surviving without the Weaver.
Right. I mean, I had my hot water heater go out the other day.
Yeah, I can't even take a good shower.
Freeze
your butt off.
It was not fun. I was in a very bad mood.
I can bet.
No, we are in fact all slaves to the Weaver. You know, we're part of the problem.
I'm a happy accomplice.
Yeah, I'm not going to bitch about it.
Accomplice is the way to put it.
I'm not in the world of darkness, so it's not a problem for me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. That's believable.
You know, yeah, I was reading, you know, obviously not. Mm-hmm. You know, we do what we can with the time we got. But something I wanted to bring up is we talked about it during that Wyrm Weaver episode.
Okay.
You know, we talk about the pattern webs and how they're all encompassing, and you know, the number you can use them as a means of travel is ill-advised as that
I was
may
gonna
be.
say, is that really a good idea?
No, it's never a good idea, but it's a thing you can do. Mm-hmm. You know, and yeah, you know, now they're talking.
Always ask, should you first?
True. But how it's festooned with spiders and, you know, geomids that can call more spiders and, you know, and how there are theories that Actina fear that turtle is trapped in that web.
Yes.
I remember reading that.
Yeah. And I know I said it on the day, but this is the Weaver episode.
Yes.
So I'd like to take a minute again to say what a ridiculous statement that is.
I was kind of waiting for it.
And you like how I went to the trouble of bringing it up as opposed to refuting it organically.
Yeah, I was trying to dodge and weave around bringing that back
Oh,
up.
that's
Bob and
what you
weave.
did there.
Yeah, probably.
I'm
Joe.
dodging.
Oh, sorry.
I
No
was
problem, Bob.
trying to dodge that because I didn't want to go back there.
Well, I wanted to make the note again because I feel that strongly about. I mean, you didn't come up with it.
No,
you know,
no,
you're
I
not,
just read the book
Yeah,
and brought it up.
you're not on the hook for this. You know, you never were.
I was just curious as to how anyone can entertain that.
Exactly. That's my problem. Like, what are you talking about? You know, Turtle. You know, kind of. It doesn't make sense. Turtle fucked off with the rest of his tribe when they sealed the Eater of Souls. Mm-hmm. So instead of that, they're suggesting that Turtle got bored and like went for a game of pinball.
Wandered too close to the webs.
No, he's like, oh, I'm bored that my tribe killed themselves, so I'm gonna go visit Tron. What the?
So, and like, okay, I will defend it. I did like that it was in there. What I took away from it is that this dumb idea is in this book. The writers put it there, and it's showing that you can have these crazy, wild ideas, and maybe it's not a great story hook, but if somebody wants to do something weird and wild and all their friends are down for it, go have fun.
Well, see, I'm all about the idea that the concept of who knows what's in there. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. You know, it's so vast that fucking anything could be there. Sure. Just they had to pick the example that made the least amount of sense possible.
Yeah.
It is true.
You know, it's just, why would you choose that one?
I don't know.
And again, you didn't choose it. Don't.
Right.
She's looking at me like I'm blaming her. I know you didn't write it.
No, but like, I like how it illustrates that even bad ideas are in these books. So there isn't really a bad idea, I want to say. No, whatever you want to do, whatever story you want to write, if it makes sense and it's fun for you and your group, go for it.
I largely agree with that.
And if reading a little snippet about Turtle being stuck in the webs gives you that creative juice, go for it.
I would love to hear how that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I mean, if someone could give me If someone has an explanation for that,
If someone can weave their webs around that.
that's too far. Go on.
Take your Slurpee and go home.
I wish I had one.
It's on 4 wheels, it's out back.
Okay.
Defending that weird shit.
So
No, I get what you're saying, but
yeah,
it's a terrible example.
the Weaver went crazy,
Yes.
and in a fit of rage, she lowered the veil, the gauntlet,
Yeah, created the gauntlet.
and severed humanity from the Umbra. Mm-hmm. But then
Separating spirit from flesh.
right. But then she
That
gives
was a
them.
direct quote in there. I thought it was cool.
But then she gives them dogma so that they can get a glimpse of it. Interesting.
Balance.
I would like to underline crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
Heavy underline.
I mean, they can with the Shadow Sim projector, they can like project themselves into the Umbra and walk around.
Which is a really good idea.
To get killed.
No, yeah, like that's a vacation spot. If I'm
Well, no.
Yeah, let
it's
me just go
a
take off to
projection.
the scar real quick.
It's just a projection. It's not a physical thing.
Oh, okay.
And then
so this is like Umbra VR.
yeah, Umbra VR for
Or is
humans.
it just projecting what's left of their spirit since, it's been severed?
And then there's the Danish version because there's only 12 of these machines.
Okay.
There's 12 Umbra VR machines in the world. Think about that. But one of them, the Danish version, projects umbral objects and creatures into the realm.
Sounds like a great time.
This is Weaver tech.
Now I'm curious about that. Because are we talking forced materialization at that point?
I don't know.
Forced awakening of a spirit?
Well, because you think about you say they're going into a projection of the Umbra. They're not in the actual Umbra. They're not going to oops into Malphys. They're not going to fall into the abyss, right?
Right.
So if this works the other way, is it just a simulacrum of like a scrag that shows up, or do they materialize a scrag inside?
No.
The rec room
I don't
and make the
know.
paper tomorrow?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or do they just scare the piss out of everybody by like, hey, projectors and
Yeah.
woo, I can pass my hand through it.
Like one is kind of a neat toy.
Right.
The other is a little
Is he-
terrifying.
and dangerous on all aspects.
It would make the don't list.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely on the don't list.
Oh, I've got
Because you bring in something bigger than a scrag. Oh, boy.
Oops, there's a Nexus crawler.
Oh.
Well,
Can't they come to the realm on their own anyway?
Sure. Well, most banes can materialize, but to force one to,
then-
like now it's just here.
and then like
And it's not going back.
you get into the floor is lava game with a Nexus crawler. That's dangerous. Don't right there.
Also, is a show on Netflix if you really don't value your time.
You made me watch that
I
show.
did. It was so dumb.
It was awful.
He does like bad things.
It's Schadenfreude. I like watching grown people jump around an idiot obstacle course full of red water and then like scream when they touch the red water as if they're actually melting.
So anyway,
You,
Back to
I was gonna move on. You questioned
I'm
it.
sorry.
Hardcore parkour.
It's so bad. You guys check it out. Yes, Tom. You
There's one little tidbit I read in there, and it's the best way to explain basically what the Weaver's doing around. And it's saying to visualize it, and it's saying the realm of the scar is the best representation of the Weaver's desire to control and calcify while incidentally making the world a living nightmare.
yeah.
I mean, when I read that, I was like, that's pretty good.
And I think that Scar is a great example.
There's probably not a better example.
Trying to think of one.
Yeah. No,
That's what I
it's
mean.
hard.
Well, I instantly want to say Cyber Realm, but
Eh.
Scar's way more awful and depressing.
Yeah.
It's like Dickensian London every day.
Yeah.
No
And
thanks.
it's just hopeless.
Yep.
And I dug right in that story.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that again, the story that Joey wrote that depressed my group.
Took place in the Scar.
Yep, that was a Scar story.
You want to make a whole group cry? Have Joey write you a scar story.
Is that really what we're going for now?
I don't know.
Whoa.
She's now taking commissions.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that.
We'll come up with a completely unreasonable rate. Don't worry.
Perfect.
Well, I said it
Take
first.
my money.
I gotta take my cut.
But yeah, no, I love the Weaver, and I love that she thinks she's protecting her children. She doesn't have children. She can't create anything. So she just like scooped the humans around and said, "Here, let me help you. Let me take care of you,
Well,
and then make your lives awful, and you will thank me."
Well, I mean, with her doing that, interfering, she technically did create what humans are now.
Yeah.
So technically, they are her children now.
And then we have.
But didn't she just reorder it and define it?
Isn't that good enough?
But she also made ways of them to mass produce themselves.
I mean, you remember those 2 months where I had that kid before I got bored? I mean, sure, it wasn't my kid. But he certainly called me father, until I got bored.
Yeah, stop talking about Danny that way.
Oh, you. No,
Well played.
nope,
Well played.
nope, nope.
He's still in denial.
And that makes me look way better than what other thing I was saying, because I'm sure the statute of limitations did not.
No. I'm helping you.
I don't remember what state or country that was in, neither do you. Shut up. As a fictional story.
Prove it.
But no,
You can't prove
I
it.
really do like the Weaver, and I mean, yeah, sure, she's that crazy aunt that everybody hates, but I dig on her.
Well,
There's one thing in the book, it doesn't really explain why she went crazy. Like, just her consciousness kept getting so much bigger and bigger and bigger that
And
I don't understand
well,
why she went
clowns and left me jokers on the right, man.
Yeah.
You had the Wyld just fucking shit up, just breaking things and knocking over lampshades and calling it life, calling it energy. Just random bullshit chaos everywhere all the time. And then over here on the right, you've got Wyrm, this colossal prick, just eating everything, just breaking all your shit, breaking all your nice stuff.
Yeah,
you just got this collection, and the Weaver's like, nah, or the Wyrm's like, nah, that's gone now. Start over.
You just got your bookcase organized by alphabet and color.
and then he lights it on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you got to go buy new books.
So
I get it.
That's what did it. Is
she had enough.
I like how she attempted to catch the Wyld first.
Yeah, well, chaos.
Attempted.
Yeah.
right? And
Well,
it happens.
she goes mad. No, take it back. Sorry. Yeah, that was creating the gauntlet. But when she tries to capture the Wyld, it was because if she could bind the Wyld, the world would no longer change and no longer be incomprehensible. Mm-hmm. But the Wyld cannot be caught, so she traps the Wyrm instead.
Well, think about it that way. If the Wyld got caught 1st and obviously the Wyrm's going to destroy everything she has order-wise.
Yeah, it's a bad plan
Well,
because she
yeah.
can't make anything.
Yeah,
new.
you can't make anything new.
That's a bad plan.
Everything's just going to go bye-bye eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's not.
She was crazy.
We're just gonna lean on to crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
But
it was
I
actually
also
better
read in
off
there
that
that,
she caught the
you know,
Wyrm.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I also read in there, though, that now that the Wyrm is trapped and Weaver really doesn't give a shit what effect the Wyrm is having with going mad, but now that it's just the Wyld, she's kind of waiting for the Wyld to tire itself out and be weak enough so she can capture him.
Well, and she's already got the Wyrm trapped. So
Right, that's what I mean.
if she
So
traps,
it's just the Wyld, if he can tire himself out, then she'll take him too.
yeah, and then there will be the stasis, and she'll be able to re-alphabetize and organize her books,
And then
the
we all
goons-
turn into zeros and ones.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, she has a quiet evening. It forever.
Sounds boring.
Yes.
Sounds very boring.
We should play that game.
One,
See, there it is, right there.
1 0 0 1 1 0.
Whoa, slow down there, Tom.
01001.
Is this really happening?
Just for that, we're
Dude, you guys are the first ones to tell binary jokes.
so it's like
I don't think we're the first.
no, because there's someone out there.
No, there's
Possibly-
computers doing it to themselves right now.
There's someone out there, possibly
That's
someone
what
who
she
is
said.
listening, who goes, "That wasn't funny."
Who knows? Maybe we just said good.
Don't know exactly.
Are we trilingual now?
We're breaking barriers.
No, that should have been on the Wyrm episode. We're not breaking anything.
Oh no.
Stasis. But the Weaver, like, she did a lot of good. Because of the Weaver, we have medical advances that have increased life expectancy.
Well,
Antibiotics.
She did a lot of good for humans.
Well, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah, but see, there's the thing though, is we're not in the world of darkness.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing, is that we are not in danger of getting red taloned.
How do you know?
Is that what we're calling it?
Well, when a red talon does it, yes.
Well, they do have many impergiums all the time. So
Exactly.
You know, we're here. Like in the world of darkness, though, is that such a great thing? But humans are part of the problem.
I was like, antibiotics? Yes, those are a good thing.
But is it in the world of darkness?
I think the world of darkness has a lot bigger problems than antibiotics.
Well, I'm talking the perspective of the Garu.
Yeah, they've got a lot bigger problems.
Sure, but you know, it's like just the Weavers doing a lot of good. The Weavers doing a lot of good for the Weaver and for the quality of life of human beings, absolutely. But as a Garu, is that something you're overly concerned about?
nah.
As the Garu, no.
Nah.
That's all I'm saying. You know, I mean, like, you're not wrong. And from it, because we are humans, we want to look at that and go, no, the Weaver's great because I like my PlayStation. But
But it's one of those,
I like central heat.
You're
Right.
coming at it from the Guru perspective,
Absolutely.
which I understand. And I think the Weaver needs somebody to stick up for her, to defend her.
like the Ananasi,
Sure. This is one of those little
covered.
bastards.
Boom, moving on.
Oh, before you leave tonight, let me give you my my new character write-up. It's an Ananasi.
Denied.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'll take a copy.
Okay.
Oh, but the Weaver. I mean, we talk about things like antibiotics. We talk about things, central heating and Slurpees and all of our dumbass things
Any
that came out of our mouths
scientific
today.
advancement.
Sure.
Anything.
But there's, the things we have talked about have been, objectively speaking, good things. Mm-hmm. I can bring the dissenting opinion from the Gaur perspective. But yes, antibiotics that's a good thing. Curing diseases is generally a favorable outcome.
Right.
But then there's the other side. And I'm going to usher us into a little organization I'm particularly fond of.
Oh, boy.
Called DNA. Mm-hmm. That's Developmental Neogenetics Amalgamated.
Okay.
It's an organization that, first of all, is not hip deep in worm. It has no affiliation to the Big P.
Which is amazing, because I thought, everybody was under that umbrella.
Right. It's a group of scientists who really want to make the world a better place. And they discovered this new disease called GLS. Mm-hmm. I don't recall the jargon for GLS right now. Don't look at me like that. I can't do it. But GLS is werewolfism.
Oh.
They believe that it's a genetic defect. It's a disease that makes people werewolves. And so, as we do with diseases, we want to cure it.
Would it be the werewolf gene?
That's, of course, something that's a fun thing to debate all day long. Because White Wolf has gone on record with there is no werewolf gene.
Then what did DNA find?
A gene that is related to being a werewolf.
But not the werewolf.
Not the werewolf. No, not Lon Chaney. And maybe that's what they meant.
But again, even DNA, the concept, the structural,
Genetics.
genetics, that's all Weaver.
Yeah, everything's a Weaver.
Everything's a Weaver.
But I love the concept of the organization of DNA. Mm-hmm. Because it's a group that can be used as an antagonist that legitimately isn't trying to do any harm.
Yes, they're doing harm by accident.
Right. They're learning more about this werewolf plague. Mm-hmm.
Werewolfinies?
Well, and my question,
Werewolfism?
Yeah, that
my
works too.
question is, okay, so they're trying to cure GLS, which they have named in their
that's
their thing, and it's the Guru, basically.
Yep.
So, who said Guru want to be cured?
Well, they don't.
So are they gonna kidnap them and tie them down and cure them against their will?
Well, see, what you're getting is they're finding cases of cubs who haven't officially done their first change. You know, that was the early stages where they're having the dreams and they're waking up like on the beat. They, I was running on the beach as a wolf in my dream and now I'm naked on the beach and what the fuck.
Gotcha.
And they're taking those early GLS patients and trying to cure them. They can pass the I don't want to be cured as a psychological symptom. Like rabies in a fear of water. Mm-hmm. It's poison, it's just water. Well, you know better, but the disease is fucked with your brain.
Right. But that's like saying, like, people who have blue eyes need to be cured.
I guess on a level you could say that. But I think the VALE has a lot to do with what we're talking about here.
And the world of darkness and, but yeah, that's a slippery slope.
Sure, it's a frightening one. Mm-hmm. Because, you look at it this way. This isn't some secret, shadowy cabal. This isn't, a bunch of spirals who got a plan.
These are just like Pfizer.
Right. And I don't even want to say Pfizer, because, I say that, and I already feel a little oily. There's a level of, I think I just said no evil cabals. What? Okay. But you know what I'm saying? There's a level of corporate overlordy scumminess to that.
Mm-hmm. I can still see Garu being mad at him, because, the very first few that did get taken by them were basically torn apart and studied and then put back together. That's what it was stated as. Yeah. They literally ripped them apart. And they
healed. Think I'm a disease?
Yeah.
Well, and these are kids. These are kids that they are ripping apart and putting back together and then quote-unquote curing them.
Those first changers that probably haven't even been taught.
And that's the scary thing, curing them. These guys are working on a GLS vaccine.
They could take out the whole Garu nation.
Yeah, we're going to put this into the water so people don't get sick with werewolfism. Mm-hmm. And the Garu are just gone. And the whole time, you got to imagine, the forces of the Wyrm, forces of the Weaver are laughing their fucking asses off. Because these are just people who are doing good, trying to do good. It's like, hey, AIDS is next.
Well, and...
we're going to get rid of AIDS next.
And the Weaver wants to protect, quote, her children.
Right.
Against the Wyrm and against Garu.
It's fucked up. And and again, that's the example of something that isn't, that there isn't that malicious intent. You've got your drones, you've got your hundreds of thousands. I don't know, we'll go back to drones, it's cool. But your hundreds of thousands of different types of spider spirits. Mm-hmm. Your hunter spiders, your rust spiders, your rail spiders. Fine.
Or weavers.
We'll go back to drones, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we all got shit to say about drones.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's one of the things we spent the most time on in this book, individually, was on drones. And, no one told anyone else, so we all was just like, oh, yeah, I got a lot to say about drones. Good.
Not me. No, I didn't spend that much time on drones.
No,
so you guys can talk about it.
So good on you.
I'll eat popcorn.
Sweet. Order some Slurpees.
Can you have 1 cent to me, please?
Absolutely not. But Danny, you want to take us away with the drones then?
With the drones?
Yeah, drone us up. What?
Drone.
What?
Well, drones are pretty much like the equivalent to the worms from Morai.
Fact.
And yeah, hundreds of different kinds of drones, and it was they're like once humans mainly.
Okay.
That's true. They're dedicated to a particular task more often than not, and will largely stick to that fucking task as long as they're not interrupted. If the Fam Wars use more like a shock troop, the big surprise, the Weaver has a very, a purpose for the drone.
Okay.
It's gonna go to work and continue typing away like a freak. Maybe the Chinese food that he orders every day piles up on the desk. Because he doesn't have to eat anymore.
Right.
He's got the crazy healing because he's all fucking nanited up because, hey, thanks, Weaver. He's going to leave you alone until you interrupt what he's doing. And then it's a bad day.
Then it's a very bad day.
And it's a bad day.
Like purposely walking up to your boss.
Yeah, and those are the ones that are hypnotized by the one song, correct?
Correct.
Gotcha.
And like Danny put it, essentially they're Famor for the Weaver. But I think on their own...
They're less harmless. They're less harmful.
They're less harmful, but they're also a significantly bigger deal. Because you don't really know what they're up to. Whatever their mission is that they're going to do. Mm-hmm. You don't know how harmful that is. They're not running around with shotguns when someone's trying to take a cairn. You know, you're not going to run into, generally speaking, them on the field. They're not running around to cause trouble.
But they're doing stuff behind the scenes.
Yes. So, you know, and I think your basic grunt fuck Fomori is definitely weaker than a drone, but the difference is there are so many different types of Famor, and including designer ones, which we will talk about soon in an upcoming episode.
Yes.
You know, so you get all those extra designer Famor, and then I think the balance of power starts to get a little wonky.
Yeah.
But I would definitely elevate a drone over your standard Famor.
And I think the danger with the drone comes if you interrupt it, because that's just bad idea, Jeans. And then like what it's doing, like where it fits into that larger puzzle.
Exactly, because it's a cog. Well, what's the wheel doing?
Yeah. What does that machine look like?
Is there a way to find out what they're doing without interrupting them?
Well, I think that's a case by case basis, you know. But yeah, it's interesting how many Weaver things are inclined to leave you the fuck alone as long as you're not disturbing their work.
Right.
Like most Weaver shit, not all, but a majority, I think, just is inclined to ignore you completely. And so they're like the fucking Borg. They don't give a shit unless you're in their way.
Yeah. Once you become the problem, then they have to take care of the problem.
So they can get back to work.
Exactly.
And did that say something about how insignificant that the Weaver views the Garu? Or the Wyrm's like, my children kill on sight. And the Weaver's kids are like, fuck them unless they're directly in our way. And that may be a commentary on how... I'm not stating facts here, I'm just to point it out.
Let's go back to crazy.
Oh, everyone's crazy.
And then,
they're all crazy.
the Weaver plays a long game. She's not in this for, like, right now.
Right.
She's 4D chessing it.
She really is.
Like us in our... Go on.
Yeah.
Trying to make a callback. That's just not going to happen.
I changed my mind. And fuck it.
But, like, one of the things that I saw in this book that illustrates that long game is the cornerstone.
Okay.
And it's, it's a rock. But she gets one of her peeps to put it in the cornerstone of a building. Okay. Fancy buildings have the engraved cornerstone, like it's a thing. Well, this goes inside of that, and the spirit of that building joins with the spirit of that cornerstone, and that's like a symbiotic relationship. But eventually that cornerstone takes over that spirit, and it becomes a tool of the Weaver.
That's good.
Huh. I didn't get that far.
It's the slow game.
Yeah.
Weaver's about it.
So, she's taking over building spirits.
And like you go, what do you do with that? But it's all part of creating perfect order. The calcification of everything.
Yep.
If that spirit is now a Weaver spirit, guess what it's not going to do? Just most things is the answer. Just, yeah.
Gonna do what the Weaver wants. Plain old black and white.
There. But yeah, like it's subtle. It's super subtle, her game. She's just sneaky and getting tendrils everywhere.
She's doing it that way just to go unnoticed.
Well, it's also her nature.
She's weaving.
It's the cold and calculating and...
Yeah, there's no hate in her.
No, not like the Weaver, the Wyrm, which is 30 different heads now, screaming loudly at everything and slamming into each other and,
Getting in their own way.
Exactly.
Yeah, she is not getting in her own way. She's playing a long game.
All right, cool. Then something I would like to bring up. It's sort of a favorite little blurb of mine from the Book of the Weaver. And also the Antichrist serum.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I don't think I got to that.
Yeah, the Antichrist serum is a green liquid, which is locked away.
Yes.
It's well protected. You can't get to it. You can't get to this green liquid. It's several safety protocols. You're not getting to it, but there it is. And it is allegedly a talent of the Wyrm. I shouldn't say allegedly. It's a talent of the Wyrm.
Okay.
Like the Narthalis. It's one of the 5. Obviously the Narthalis, the Antichrist serum. There's one at the Sept of the Bygone Visions in Greece. I don't remember the 4th one, and I think the 5's just out in the wild somewhere. I think, but I don't remember what the 4th one is. Anyway, I think that's awesome. This idea that there's something that powerful, in exactly what it is or does is sort of a mystery. Just under severe
they don't
lock
know
and
what it
key.
is or what it does, but
they
they know
don't.
it exists, and
They-
it's a problem.
Yep.
And it's a talent. Well, it's a talent of the worm.
Right,
And, like-
that's what I mean. It's a problem because it's a talent of the worm.
And like the glass that it's in, because it's in like a glass container, the glass doesn't have a reflection.
Yep.
How does that work?
Well,
It's
you gonna test it?
No.
well, you can't anyway because you can't get into it. But
It'd be a fun story to try to run.
I think well, here's the problem.
How long can that last?
Well, about an hour and a half, I think. Hour
'Cause you all
45.
die.
No, that's the length of John Carpenter's The Prince of Darkness,
Yeah.
which is a movie about a mysterious green liquid which hosted the corporeal form of the devil. That it's a giant movie reference,
Okay.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
right?
Movie.
And now it's kind of a bummer, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like, what a cool thing that John Carpenter gave us. Thanks.
Okay. You want to
Never
talk about
mind.
talents? Easy Money. Did you read Easy Money, the Talon?
No, but that's a talon. I said talon, but close enough.
What
English
did
is
you
hard.
do with your hand?
It's talon, like a talon, like an animal's talon. Like caw.
Cut.
Bagok is a chicken talon.
Chicken talon, huh?
Those are on chicken paws, by the way.
That's right.
Oh boy. All right.
Man.
You know, it's a little claws at the end of your hoof, Danny.
Thanks.
Danny only has one.
One hoof.
Oh, and a wheel.
What?
Is he a gerbil or something? What's going on?
I don't know.
I don't like this game anymore.
We've lost radio contact with Joey, by the way. I think she just pictured Danny with a hoof and a wheel.
You killed her.
I did. Well, she's gonna
We need to reboot Joey.exe.
she's gonna learn to breathe again.
And then I was picturing gerbils with cloven hoofs.
Oh boy. So are we moving on to talons?
Yeah, we're moving on to talons.
Okay.
Yes, not to be confused with the talons of the worm.
Right. I was just jumping off on that.
No, it was perfectly fair. I just wanted to clarify
Yeah.
in case, because we have some people who are really new to
Newer.
the game. Yeah,
Newer,
So we
yeah.
don't want to confuse those two
Yeah.
things.
No. So.
And then
But yeah, so Easy Money is a talent. It is a single-use fetish. Basically, whatever you do, like it's actual money, and whatever you like spend it on, it comes back to you.
it's like a boomerang.
Kind of in a roundabout way. It might be like, a banking error that puts the money back in your checking account. It comes back to you in a roundabout sort of way.
Now, what's the form of the talon?
The cash.
The cash itself is the talon.
Yes.
That's kind of neat.
And that cash, no matter what the denomination, will come back to you one time.
That's so Glass Walker. I mean, right?
It is.
To get a spirit to jump into like this crappy ass 50, right? This coke and feces
What
filled.
if it's a brand new one? It doesn't have to be a used one.
Well, it probably shouldn't be a used one, but
Fresh off the mint.
I mean,
you're right. From a third standpoint, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, but it can be any denomination. Most often it is, paper money, because that's the easiest. You could do it on, electronic funds. You can even do it on like traveler's checks or, a written personal check if need be.
Oh, here's my $1 million traveler's check. I expect that back.
Yeah, it'll come back to you one time.
I got $2 million.
Maybe like a bouncing rubber ball.
I was thinking about that, about the check just bouncing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Of course, now I'm thinking boomerang spirit, like, too.
Yeah.
This is literally going to come back at you.
Mm-hmm. Once.
Yes.
Once.
Well, once.
Bouncy ball can bounce more than once, so.
Well, Dunks, it's
Well,
talent.
that's more like Midas.exe.
Which is?
That, and it's in the book, it says it makes Loon's refund look passe.
Which I'm going to real quick bring up, Luke, because I was going to bring up Loon's Refund, but since,
Yeah.
Loon's Refund is one of my favorite little fetishes, because that's you know this one, Tom? Mm-mm. Danny, you know the Loon's Refund?
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know it offhand.
Yeah. Loon's Refund is your fetished ATM card.
Just stick that thing in anywhere and you get money.
Yep. It sends little pattern spiders out to just steal money from other people's accounts. Superman 3 style, nickel here, dime here, whatever. Boom, you get your $500 or whatnot.
See, Midas.exe, you don't need the ATM card. You don't need, you don't have the $500 limit. You just set it free and it does it.
Just always putting funds in your account.
Nickel and dime, no limit. I mean, I guess the only limit is your imagination.
Or until someone spots you have $30 million sitting in an account.
Or just like Triat, so you have all of the money.
Yeah.
Eventually, you would
All
have
of
all
it.
the money.
Just all of it.
Digital money at that point.
Yeah, and you can, attach it to an ATM card and, stick it in and get money out from the ATM. But you have to have the suitable accoutrement.
Nice. Classing it up here.
So, but yeah, you can do that. And it's just a computer program. It's an EXE file.
And again, how very Glasswalker, and that makes me glad the Loon's refund exists, because I don't see your pack being able to figure that shit out.
No.
If they were confronted with this program, and I don't think, and I'm not calling anyone here stupid, but I think one of you would mistake it for food. And one of you would just get upset and smash the thing. And I'm not sure where that lies. I just know, I feel like that's probably what would happen. So
Get my hammer.
I'm the only one that checks pockets. I loot the corpses.
well, they got spoiled because Tom
the
has
monies.
resources. So they've been mooching off of him the whole time.
Oh.
It's true.
While that answer is yes, when Tom wasn't there for a short time, I did do a couple loots. We'll call it that. A couple pocket loots.
Is that true? I thought you just took petty cash from the ranger station.
Well, that too. But no,
So you're
mooch.
stealing from the ranger station?
That's not stealing. There's petty cash for the Garu.
Well, did he ask?
and
Oh no, yeah, they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't actually steal it.
Okay.
He wasn't like, "Hey, Roy, this is a fucking stick up."
not only that, whatever money I had left, I got stuff for the Rangers at the ranger station because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a nice guy.
Here's this pack of double mint.
I mean, it was like a case of.
have the songs in my
beer,
head.
Whatever, doesn't matter. But yes, I'm a nice guy.
I'm not gonna take Danny that far, but I will say he didn't rip off the Rangers.
And Danny,
He did not screw over the kinfolk.
I found something for you.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear what you gotta say.
Oh,
That
I know-
sounded wrong.
Danny Sassmouth over here.
Oh, what do you got, Joey?
The Vitruvian harness.
Okay.
We talked about this.
Are you a
Yes, we
pirate?
did.
You could say I.
I didn't say R.
Wrong vowel.
They say I.
Oh,
R's not a vowel.
okay. What is
What are you talking about?
Danny really wants to know what it is.
Yes, the Vitruvian harness.
So it is a level 2 finish. It requires 3 gnosis. Okay.
Okay.
Now this was developed in a Connecticut shipyard originally for a dolphin. It is like a vest that you put on a wolf, and it gives them 2 arms that they can then operate.
Why would I need 3 though?
Because
What?
why not?
3 arms total is what he means.
Yeah, he wouldn't have 4.
I would be
Danny.
a 3-armed wolf.
Yeah, Danny, you can put it on and you can run like a 4-legged wolf.
And you'd have a spare to swing your sword around like an asshole.
Or shoot people with a gun, or.
I kind of like the idea with the blade. Just
Yeah.
check this out, right? Oh shit!
And then he cuts himself.
No. This is both better and
botches.
dumber.
Okay.
This is better and dumber. You ready, Danny?
Okay.
You have the Vitruvian harness, right? So he's got the 4,
Yep.
and then the 5th arm is holding the blade and spinning it like a helicopter, because it's made from a helicopter blade.
Is this when he
To
takes
try
off?
to try to fly.
Oh my god.
This is better and dumber.
I just expect him to botch, and then there goes his head.
But come on, it's pretty dumb, right?
Oh,
A little
it's
bit.
doable, though.
It's
I mean, you have
Well-
my interest. Okay, that sounds cool. I get the arm back, at least temporary, and in certain occasions, and then you throw there, now he's got a 5th limb, and he's trying to do stupid things with it.
But you can also do awesome things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't. It's not you can only do stupid things with it. We just assumed at one point you would try and go, hey, it's a helicopter blade anyway, right?
No, but is it a talent so I can only use it one time?
No, it's a fetish.
Okay, so it's a fetish. Okay.
Yes.
But you can take the vest off.
Yeah, you don't always have to have the extra arms, but it will fit a hispo or a lupus. And it will give you 2 not human, but manipulatable arms.
Really funny. Hispo with 1 human arm.
I mean, there's a picture of it in the book. It looks badass. And just to have a hispo running at you, like shooting 2 guns.
Oh, that would be scary.
You have to send me that page number because now I'm curious.
I mean, just imagine any hispo that actually has all of its limbs and
Yeah.
that has an extra 2. Mm-hmm. That's just, we're getting into spider territory.
Well,
2 more we need for that, but still, yes. I know they're 8-legged.
Put a second harness on.
Okay. But I thought there was only
Problem
one.
solved.
I mean, I thought there was only one. But okay.
oh no.
Oh, there's
This
multiple of these.
Yeah. Yeah, this was created by humans
Of course it is.
For dolphins.
for dolphins.
To give dolphins arms.
Well,
Yeah, why not?
how else are the dolphins going to plant bombs on boats?
Is that the reason why?
Yes.
You know
that?
that's such a human fucking thing to do.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, that is. God, we're assholes.
Let's find a way to give this thing arms so it can do shit for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it was built for a dolphin, and it's now been,
It's like I'm gonna sew thumbs onto my dogs. I don't have to shuffle cards anymore.
So you can have your dog.
Yeah,
I think that might
He's my
need
new
to
dealer.
be-
exactly.
I think that might need to be in the worm episode. Because that's not right.
Someone
Not
graph
at all.
that on real quick.
Danny, did you find any talents or any fetishes in that book you liked?
I mean, no. I mean, of course, they're all cool, but, like, nothing that stuck out to me. Because, again, they're Weaver. So,
You know, I'm actually I'm totally on Danny's side on this
I
one.
was too. That's why I have nothing written down.
I just saw the Vitruvian harness, and I was like, oh my god, Danny needs to know about this.
Nice.
You know, I was looking at the harness.
as I was reading them, I kind of, like, I read this one, I skipped a little bit, I read this one. Because, again, they're nothing that's sticking out to me that much, but I can't believe I missed this one, the Vitruvian harness.
And you missed a picture of it in action, too.
It's a pretty neat picture, too. It's
It
good art.
really, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Amazing art.
it's really cool, and I'm staring at it, and it's like, I'm kind of bummed out I missed this.
And I mean, when he lost his arm, that was one of the things I was looking at. Mm-hmm. You know,
Yeah.
but I didn't want the because it was too simple.
Right.
Because he could just take it off, and there's no consequences anymore.
Yeah.
So I wanted to really make him make a choice.
Oh, when I first got here, I asked her specifically if her first character that was supposed to join us, if Danny did pick a cybernetic arm, was part of DNA.
Yeah, that'd have been no.
No, I know, she told me no, but I'm just saying, I asked that because I was like, that would be a good way to tie that together, too.
That'd be really weird, though. She's in an organization that's bent on wiping herself out. And yes, I made that sentence awkward on purpose.
It was before I had read through all of DNA because I was sitting there reading about it, and I just read
And
the
I was
first
like-
blurb.
Okay,
No.
that's really weird.
Well, I read the first blurb, and they were talking about
No,
cybernetic enhancements
Yeah.
and
No,
stuff.
I get you, yeah. Yeah, but I gotta say, like, I was with Danny there, is reading the book, it's just what a ridiculous sentence, because we're doing a Weaver episode, and we're talking about looking through Book of the Worm. But all the fucking fetishes and talents and shit just seems so wormy, or weavery, I just couldn't do it.
But the book,
I know, it's a great guy.
it's okay, I did the same thing.
I'm complaining about all the technology in the fucking Weaver book. I'm not allowed to make that complaint. It just made it hard for me to pick shit out. That wasn't like, oh, it's just gross.
But like I said, like, some of the stuff, yeah, is really cool. But like at the same time, especially with the character I'm trying to play, he's primitive. You know, I don't rely on
An
stuff like
urban
this.
Primitive?
What?
No.
No, you were breaking up. I didn't hear what you said.
I asked if it was an urban primitive.
Oh,
And it offended you.
thank you.
You're welcome. You
Good.
take your wheel and your hoof and
So
Good.
Daniel Tyson's wheel and hoof is very weavery. But Daniel Tyson in the World of Darkness, who is not Daniel Tyson,
Thank God.
is not weavery.
I'm going to make that a thing. I don't know what thing, but Tyson's Wheel and Hoof is going to show up in game, and it's going to mean something.
This is going to be a restaurant we're going to eat at or something.
Probably.
No.
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
Let's go with the Wheel and Hoof, boys.
We just gotta make sure we take all the tops off the salt shakers.
That'll be entertaining, especially with we're roaming with some red talons right now, and we take them to a restaurant. We take them to the Wheel and Hoof.
Oh, God. I'm not doing this. But you know those places that I don't think are real but have been on TV at least?
Okay.
Where it's like you pick your own cow?
Oh, yeah.
Pick your own dinner.
Yeah, but like, you're there with the red talons. And so they just go up and take the one they want.
They picked their cow, right?
They're like, this smart idea.
Maybe humans aren't so bad.
Chomp, veil breach, delirium all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah, we're safe.
Now we
I
know.
think I just wrote the next story.
Oh, boy.
Oh, goodness.
Nah, it'll be something way more fun. But we've had our fun here today, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's we as always we'd love to sit here and jaw all day, but if we keep Danny and Tom out too late, the cops get called and it becomes a whole mess. So
You don't hear us denying that.
I was gonna say.
yeah, the
Jim wants to say that one out loud.
well. But, it's a little later night session, so I think it's about time we wrap this guy up. Joey, do we have anything for the Galliards Gathering or the Cubs Corner?
We actually have both.
Holy shit, okay.
Which would you like to start with?
Let's start with the Cubs.
Okay. So this comes from Cody R.
All right.
It was emailed in. When you spend rage, how much can you use in one turn? And do you need to roll a frenzy check for each point spent?
This is easy. Half your stamina rounded up, and no.
Okay,
just simple as that.
so you take your stamina, your dots in stamina.
Half of them rounded up.
Okay, so if you have 3 dots in stamina,
You can do 2.
you can spend 2 rage per turn.
Yep.
And you do not have to do a frenzy check.
No.
Is this only in your breed form, or is it in what form you're in currently?
What do you mean?
Like if you were bred Hominid, so you have to go off of your stamina that was in Hominid, or you go off your stamina that goes up
okay.
within Krynos? Like, is it
so-
off
no.
of what form you're
No,
in?
I'm with you now. I was attributing that to the second part of it.
No, first
So I'm
part.
like, what?
On when you're
No,
rounding
yeah,
down.
no, I believe it's breed form.
Breed form. Okay.
I believe it's breed form.
That's a good question.
No, I just,
No,
I
not the second
misconstrued.
part.
I'm
No,
like,
that's
what?
definitely a no.
That doesn't make sense. But yeah, nice and simple.
Hey, easy peasy.
So what's
It's
What
not
we
a
got
double
here?
G.
So,
Thanks, Cody, for the question first.
yes, thank you, Cody.
I don't want to thank Cody for the question first.
I just did.
Now I'll thank you. Thanks for the question, Cody. Do this on my terms, goddammit.
Not your real dad.
We're not the boss of you.
What do we got for Galliard?
For Galliards Gathering, I wanted to tell the guys about Night Vale.
Okay.
I've been listening to Night Vale for years. It's another podcast.
And now that's Welcome to Night Vale.
Yeah. Welcome to Night Vale. I'm certain that if you Google Night Vale, NIGHTVALE, it will pop up. I know for certain you can listen on the computer at their website, but you can also download it anywhere you can get podcasts. It is fictional, hopefully.
I feel like if you're not sure that we have other things to discuss.
Well, okay. So Night Vale it's done in like an NPR talk radio host style.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one guy and he's talking about what's going on in his small town. The wacky fun stuff comes with creepiness, like Jazz Fest. I played for you the episode with Jazz Fest and it involved the winner coming down with a case of throat spiders.
Yeah, that's first prize.
Yeah. You won throat spiders.
No thanks.
And weren't the losers sent to the island to be hunted for sport?
Yes.
No thanks either.
And it's I mean, I've listened to a few of these, so I know what Joey's talking about. And it's kind of quirky.
It's very quirky.
There's some humor to it, and there's creepiness to it. I mean,
there's really darkness.
The vast majority of it is read completely deadpan, which is nice. And it's this town, this kind of Lovecraftian inspired
desert town.
It's hard to put into words to.
But it's extremely entertaining. And they have, I think, 5 books out now. And, I mean, it's amazing. You have to listen to it. I played for you the Cat Show episode, which is fairly recent. So, like, if you pull it up and you're looking for one, you jump into the Cat Show. It's a one and done. You don't need any backstory. You can just listen to it and judge it. And
at the risk, and I don't really mind of giving minor spoilers, is a fun tie-in. One of the cats in that Cat Show is aggressively just a giant spider.
Yes. Yes.
So it all ties in.
Cat is a weaver.
Apparently.
Wow.
All right.
And that is Welcome to Night Vale.
The podcast.
Yep. Which we will have a link to, because why not?
Because why not?
I mean, they definitely need the numbers.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we gave them a shout out. Might as well. Link
All right. Yeah, we're gonna. But that is going to do it for us today. On behalf of everyone here at Submarine Studios, we got Danny Tyson coming through the Weaver machine, producer Joey, Tom, and myself. We want to thank you for listening in. If you want to support the podcast, you know how to do it. Go give us 5 stars. Go to that internet machine, give us 5 stars. Reviews will be great too. It helps us in the back end, helps us get out there to, if you like what we do, maybe other people. Well, we want those other people to hear from us. Beyond that, if you got some extra cash to throw around, that's going to be pretty great.
Right.
But if you feel like it, you can send some of that our way, either through our PayPal or better yet, through our Patreon, where we give you stuff back because we like to give back. But I believe for now, that'll do it for Rage Across the Internet. So thanks for listening, everybody. Take care of yourselves, be excellent to each other, and we'll see you next time.